The road goes on forever and the party never ends, especially if your name is Adam Carolla. And you love Portland, Oregon. Thursday, August 7th, catch the Ace Man at Helium Comedy Club in Portland. Then August 31st at Mom Said Yes in Torrance, California. 2 shows at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And those Torrance shows at Mom Said Yes featuring yours truly, Mike Dawson. Then on September 12th and 13th, the Ace Man heads to El Paso, Texas for 4 shows at the Comic Strip. Portland, August 7th. Torrance, August 31st. And El Paso, September 12th and 13th. Get tickets now at adamcarolla.com. Any room he's in is a ballroom. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on. No choice, baby. I'm a mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. Dusty Slay back in studio. Very funny stand-up special, Wet Heat, available right now on Netflix. I watched it in its entirety. And it's really nice to see the evolution of Dusty Slay. Very funny. Nice job.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch you perform and sort of how your mind works. And I guess as a comedian, you have kinds of comedy you kind of gravitate to, and some of it is secret sauce, kind of hard to explain why certain people like certain people. Dusty has and maybe I just vibe with it because it's a kind of a thinking man, blue collar thing, a little self-deprecating mixed in.
Yeah, I think I had a weird journey with comedy, right? I started comedy in Charleston, South Carolina. We had no clubs. We were all doing improv. We were all like little hipster comics. Mm-hmm. And then I started working the road, and that was my first real club experience. And so the hipster stuff wasn't necessarily translating.
Right.
So I'm like, how do I work the road but still keep the creative vibe that I got going?
Right, because there is a balance between what you want to say, what you sort of should be saying. I mean, it's not unlike life. Like many of us, several years ago should have said, I don't get what the fuck we're doing with these masks on. We're eating in between bites. Half the politicians I see yelling at me about masks are wearing it beneath their nose.
Yeah.
So what is going on with the mask? But we had to strike that balance between not wanting to get divorced or not wanting to get fired or not wanting to be ostracized or condemned in our society. So as a comedian, you go, these are the jokes I like.
Yeah.
These are the ideas that I think are funny. But I know these people don't want this. But if I could figure out a way to make them want it, then it's win-win. But that takes a minute.
Yeah, that's why I like a lot of tags, right? Because I feel like you start a joke and you whittle it down and you go, all right, this is the funny structure of the joke. Mm-hmm. And you get everybody laughing at that. And then you can add your little tags and my little details that I like. And I feel like that's for a different group of people.
It's slice of life. It's blue collar, but it's a thinking. It's got a little thinking man in it as well. And I think that's ultimately what we're looking for. A little bit of a Renaissance man. The kind of blue collar guy can turn a wrench, but also can make you think.
Yeah.
And I think Dusty's really over the target with this stuff. And it's definitely, I don't want to say, it's come a long way since your last. It's not that. It's just become more refined.
Well, I appreciate it. I like this one better. I like it better than Working Man. I felt like I really got to, I don't know, I got in there and I got to tell some stories that I wanted to tell.
It's a little more complex. It's a little more nuanced. There's more ideas. Like when you kind of go, and then think about, that's true. He's tapping into something, and that's really what this is.
Yeah, I got a fun crack joke that I like because it just seems so absurd that I'm like, this is fun. I like this.
Yeah, I agree. It's real watchable. And it feels good. And it's smart. It's got a good vibe. it's a really fun special, and it's not. It's I don't know, hour and 8 minutes or 9 minutes or something like that. It's a serious.
I get a little
piece of work.
long-winded. Yeah, I have to tighten it up for the special. I can go a little long on my shows.
Well, it's really good, and I guess you just sort of do what I do. You just sort of go through life, and you just sort of look around, and you go, why, and how come, and then at some point you go, oh, I should write that down.
Yeah, people go, where do you get your jokes from? I go, I don't know. I'm just paying attention out here.
Right.
I'm just walking around. I'm looking at stuff. Everything's funny to me.
Right.
My mom thinks I make fun of everything. And like I go home and I'll make fun of the restaurant we're at. And she'll go, I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And I go, no, nowhere's good enough. I'm making fun of everything.
Yeah, I agree. I've run into that. Where they go, what are you always complaining about? It's like, I'm not complaining. I'm observing and I'm tweaking and I'm trying to fix it just a little bit, Yeah,
it's like my complaints are not legitimate. I'm just, I'm critiquing. It's fun. I didn't realize I bought the same glasses as you. I'm not trying to just look like you.
I was wondering what you're trying to pull off. So, here's some stuff. I was also watching the Beach Boys documentary, which is interesting. I thought you might have some thoughts about this. When I watch a documentary, I'll find myself Googling stuff like, oh, what happened to that guy? Or where is he? Or is he alive? And that kind of stuff. The Beach Boys doc is what you'd think. It's interesting and all that. But there is a part of it that I somehow miss. So Dennis Wilson. So there was 3 Wilson brothers. There's Brian Wilson. I'm trying to think. What is the other Wilson? There's Brian Wilson, Dennis Wilson. I think Carl. Yeah, sorry, Carl Wilson. The 3 Wilson brothers, and then Al Jardine, and a cousin and a friend, and different guys. But that's what the Beach Boys were. And the 3 brothers are very different dudes. And the oldest, I think, is Brian Wilson. And that's the guy who's a genius.
That's the one we hear about. Yeah,
that's the one you hear about.
Carl Wilson stuff.
He wrote all the stuff, did all the stuff. A pioneer, innovator, maybe doesn't get his due next to the Beatles and people like that, but he deserves it because the stuff was amazing. But then mental decay, drug use, and didn't get out of bed for 3 years. Hanging
out with Charles Manson, all that's a recipe for disaster.
Well, the Charles Manson story is the Dennis Wilson. So youngest brother's Dennis. He plays the drums. They're all kind of musical savants and geniuses. Carl Wilson is doing all this singing and playing and stuff, but a little backgroundy, and it's always Brian Wilson. But Brian Wilson and Carl, the brother, they weren't Beach Boys. They didn't surf. The Beach Boys didn't. Every song was about surfing, but they didn't surf. But Dennis Wilson, the young brother, did and was always in the ocean and was always surfing and was kind of a madman and was also physically different, like very good looking, very striking, very fit, loved the ladies and was always on a surfboard. And he's the guy who picked up the hitchhikers who turned out to be the Manson girls.
Okay.
And I don't know, tell me how much this would muss with your head, Dusty. You pick up hitchhiking girls. It's California. It's the 60s. Hot, young, barefoot chicks hitchhiking. You're rich. You're in the Beach Boys. You got a big house, but no real schedule. You like to party. So you pick up these chicks, right?
Yeah.
And you go to them. This guy, Dennis, had a guru to meditate with and stuff like that. But it's cocaine by night and meditation by day. Like they're trying to even out a little bit, right? So the girls say to him, "Oh, we got our own guru," and he's like, "Who's your guru?" His name is Charlie Manson, and he writes songs. So he gets together with Dennis. And Dennis is trying to introduce him to record producers and stuff. Now, at some point, Charles Manson is, not a great songwriter. So Dennis is going to try to help him out and set him up with a record producer. But the record producer rejects him. The record producer used to live in the house that Sharon Tate was living in with Roman Polanski and all the other Abigail Folger and all this stuff. Manson is such a nut that, can you imagine a Dusty Slay? I got rejected. So you just send over a band of people to stab the executive over at Netflix or Comedy Central?
I can imagine having the thought.
Yeah, you've had the thought. We've all had the thought. But I mean, I couldn't imagine Kathleen Shelley over there at Comedy Central didn't pick up my pilot. All right, let's have her eliminated.
Yeah.
That was that's how he rolled. Like, that guy who's a record producer was not going to sign me. And he heard my demo tape. He wasn't impressed. So he just sent texts, and the girls over there just go stab. Now, I don't know what their vetting process is, and I feel like a cell phone would have prevented all of this, because Tex would have got to the house and went, what's this producer look like again? He's a middle-aged, balding white guy. Okay, because I got a 26-year-old blonde pregnant chick here. Well, that's not him.
Yeah, like Tex is like, we can't go back to the ranch not stabbing somebody.
I get it, but you come here to essentially assassinate as retribution to a record producer who spurned you. But none of these people are that person, and it's pretty easy to tell. They're all just young kids. So shouldn't a Tex, if he had a cell phone, I'm just saying, his name is Tex.
Yeah.
It could have been. He could have texted.
He could have texted
and gotten right back.
But they were probably on a lot of peyote and I don't know. I don't know what that's like, but who knows? They walked into the house. It seems like they went wild. I read a lot about it. They went wild in there. They painted in blood on the walls. I mean, they went in a frenzy.
I always had this bit that never worked, and I never even really tried, but I was always trying to picture. It was kind of a Bob Newhart bit where he plays like the submarine commander or something. You're playing both ends. I always pictured the conversation between Tex and Charlie that led to the stabbing spree. And Charlie would come in and Tex, how you doing? Give me a minute. I'm still being blown by this underage runaway we just picked up. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm done. Come on in. And then Charlie would come in and go, listen, Tex, I got a plan. And Tex was like, pick up more hot underage runaways and bang them on some free land in a cabin over here while they shoplift for us. No. This one's different. I don't know how it could get much better than this. We're just picking up hot chicks that are from Iowa and Nebraska, and they're all here, and they hate their dads, and they're putting out sexually, and we're gang banging, and they're doing our bidding, and we're just laying around at the Spawn Ranch eating free, getting fed grapes. These chicks go out, they shoplift for us, and they come back, we fuck them, and then they go back out and shoplift more food. No. We got to go stabbing people. Well, isn't that going to bring a lot of heat on us? Right now, we got a pretty good thing going, Yeah,
you got to think he's like, Charlie and this music. He's always just thinking this music is going to do it.
It's stabbing, it's music. What I'm saying is we're just getting blown by hot runaway chicks right now who are stealing food for us, and we're living off the fat of the land. It's the summer of love. Come on, man. Why do we got to interrupt this with stabbing?
I know.
We're doing so good.
He's like, I need the music. I need the record deal.
You know what? After you get blown by another runaway, you can pick up the guitar and you can strum away, and you have a built-in audience right here. It's all runaways.
You already have all the things that the record deal could give you.
Right. You got groupies giving you sex. Free room and board on the Spawn Ranch over here. They're out doing all the heavy lifting, stealing all the food, doing all the dumpster diving. We're just hanging out here, man. Cock of the walk. Why? If we start stabbing, then next thing you know, there's going to be black and whites rolling up on us. We're going to be on the lam. can't we just put the stabbing off for like a year?
I think you got to blame Tex. Tex is who's to blame. He should have went back and go, he wasn't there.
You're right.
He wasn't there.
Right. And by the way, after that, they're like, then Charlie's like, all right, well, let's go to another house in another neighborhood and just kill the LaBianca family. And Tex had to go, well, they're definitely not music producers. They own grocery stores. Like, they own grocery stores, Charlie. There's nothing. They can't produce albums. They produce. They have produce, but they don't produce.
He's like, we got to kill somebody.
And Tex had to go, look, 10 minutes ago I was being blown by a runaway while you're strumming your guitar and we're living on Spawn Ranch. Now we're just randomly going to people's houses and stabbing them? I think we got a pretty good deal going on.
Yeah, he's like, nobody likes your music, but we can handle it when we got all this other stuff going on. Nobody likes it.
Well, listen, everyone here is so fucking high. They don't know the difference between you and Jim Croce. Just fucking start playing. You got a built-in audience. You got a chick named Squeaky. I don't even know what her real name is.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Where are we going with this? Yeah, I got the beginning part. Sure, the guy didn't produce your album. It's time to kill him. I understood that. But when he wasn't home, I mean, that's kind of where it has to end. I can't go to the LaBianca family and just stab people who own grocery stores. What do they do?
Maybe he was just going down the list. He's like, they didn't give me a job before this record label thing.
Oh, the LaBiancas.
Yeah, he's like, I wanted a job at the grocery store.
I don't even know, like, how did they even get... I get the part where you go, this guy shunned my music, and I've been insulted, and now I'm going to stab him. Where do the grocery store owners across town in Los Feliz, where do they fall into this?
I don't know. I mean, maybe he got kicked out of maybe the girls got caught stealing grapes.
It's a strong possibility. But again, that's a lot of retribution for grapes.
Yeah, he's like...
All right, so let me ask you emotionally, spiritually, where are you at? So Dennis Wilson, the good-looking, svelte, fun, partying Beach Boy, drummer, he introduces Charlie to the guy. Charlie gets, and then next thing you know, he turns on the news, and it's like all these people gored to death with knives because of him. Now, not because of him. He didn't do it, but there's only one reason all those people are dead, and that's because Dennis introduced Charlie to the record producer who should have lived in that house. Or, I don't know, look, he sold the house like a year earlier, or he was out of town and renting it to them. You can look it up,
Dennis
Andrew.
is like, I'm not co-signing for anyone again.
Right.
I'm no longer middlemaning for anybody.
Right. Now, I gotta believe that would weigh on you a little bit. Like, you might tend to do a little more drinking that night than you did the night before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I still have social interactions I regret. And
right.
no one died.
Right.
I just said something weird I wish I didn't say.
Yeah, right. I do that too. Like, you think back, I was drunk and I said the fucking stupid thing and I shouldn't have said that stupid thing, and it still bothers you.
Yeah.
But almost nobody ever got stabbed, right?
They might not even remember, much less.
Oh, you remember. They don't.
Yeah. But yeah, you got a whole family killed.
Terry Melcher was the CeeLo Drive guy. And I don't know, like I said, if he sold the house or he did. But anyway, not a lot of great recon work done by Tex and the girls, you know what I mean? Because you'd have to... The guy was a middle-aged, balding guy. These were a bunch of 26-year-old models. It just... You couldn't have confused it. But all right. He was the son of Doris Day. Wow. Okay. But all right. So now you're Dennis, and you're watching the news, and you're... kind of blaming yourself for this whole thing, these introductions being made. And by the way, so's the news, because the news is like, well, they met Dennis, and then Dennis introduced them to that guy, and now everyone's dead, Yeah,
if you invite Dennis over, you go, no friends. Don't bring anybody that we don't know. Don't let Dennis introduce you to anybody.
Right. So then later on, Dennis dies young. Dennis dies at 39. This is an interesting way to die. But just, I know you used to do a little drinking and maybe some drugs back then, back in the day. This sounds very drinking and drugging. He dies doing shallow, like skin diving. I think he took his ex-wife's junk and he literally like threw it in the bay.
Okay.
And then threw her out of the house and whatever. And then at some point later, when he got drunk, he thought it would be a good idea to go down and get it.
Okay. Yeah.
But he did not come back up, was the problem. He got drunk and he had drugs in him. And he's like, I'm going to go get this shit, the earrings and the necklace and the urn and whatever my ex had. I threw it in the water and I'm going to go get it. And he went to go get it and he didn't get back out.
Do you think he needed money? He was going down to get it, or you think he was trying to get her back?
I don't think he needed the money. I think it was a kind of a booze related, it basically drunk dialing, but in the ocean.
Right. He's going to show up at the house with the earrings.
Right. Right.
Like, I got this back.
Yeah. I mean, there's something. Let's see. Rudolph Antebelli owned the house and rented it to Terry Melcher. Oh, okay. So he rented it to the producer. And Candice Bergen, by the way. Candice Bergen, pretty good girlfriend to have in 1968 and a half. All right. So Edgar Bergen's daughter, which is weird, the ventriloquist. All right. So anyway, the LaBiancas were just killed randomly so that the fuzz would think there was random killing going on and that it wasn't connected to Manson and his record producer and stuff like that.
It was already pretty random because it wasn't the record producer.
I would say if I was the LaBianca family and I was arguing for my life, I'd go, you want to talk random? Let's talk Sharon Tate over there, 26, pregnant. Abigail Folger, the heiress to the Folger. The other guys, the hair. We're already at random. If you guys are looking to cover random, we're covered, bro.
It sounds like he was trying to really shut the grocery industry down. You're getting the Folgers air. You're getting the LaBiancas. You're really going.
Yeah. Next, we go to the Jif peanut butter estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get it all shut down. And we'll start a war. We'll start a market war. We'll start a race war and then an inner market war.
They got a little farm going out in the ranch.
That's right. We're going to compete now. So,
ventriloquist daughters.
So, Dennis dies in the ocean. And then they fish his body out of the ocean. But here's the weird part. Since he is the only beach boy that surfed all the time and was constantly in the water, his wish is to be buried at sea. And when I first read it, I was sort of like, all right, cremate him, you throw the ashes. No, not cremated, buried at sea.
Okay.
Which... First off, he just tried to bury himself at sea. It didn't work. He was one cinder block away from realizing his dream, right? So we have a law. You're not allowed to be buried at sea unless you're in the Coast Guard or like in the Navy or something, which is another weird law.
Yeah.
But we will make exceptions. And Andrew, you got to look it up because I don't know what's involved with the sea burial. It's not being pushed off the back of a boat. I mean, you got to be weighted down.
So they got to bring this guy up. They got to join him to the Army, the Navy, and then put him back in the water. You got to bring him out of the water just to bury him in.
Back in the water. Yeah, he was done. We were done here, but you pulled him out. But okay. Now, some reason his wife, who he's estranged from, because this guy had a lot of issues with the ladies, it was his wife, his estranged wife, that said this. He's 39, so I don't know how the will works, but they go, these are his wishes. The rest of the family's like, no, we'd like to put him in an urn or do like a regular burial. And she's like, no, he wanted to be buried at sea. Who knows if he wanted to be buried at sea? That could have just been her. Maybe she was fucking around because he drowned at sea. But she said he wants to be buried at sea. And then the government got involved and said, no, we don't do that unless you're Coast Guard. And Ronald Reagan, president was he California governor in 1980? You can look it up. Ronald Reagan said, now we can bury him at sea.
Wow.
He like overrode the Coast Guard, which is pretty cool as a politician. You know, like cutting the ribbon in a new parking lot or something is fine, but overriding the Coast Guard and burying one of the Beach Boys at sea in his entirety.
And how long did this happen? I mean, he had to come up, his body's decomposing. The president had to get involved quick.
Yeah. Jerry Brown was the governor, so he must have. Well, what was Reagan? Was he the president? Must have been the president. First term,
1980. Yeah,
right then. Okay. So here are the rules: the water depth must be at least 600 feet, because 500 would never do.
No.
I'm convinced the 600 feet. See, I have this theory in life, like it's like when the plumber goes, it's going to be $1,379.81. It's like, because if he said 1,500, you just go, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But if they get real specific, you're like,
detailed,
yeah, you thought about this. 600 goes like, okay, they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
500 is like you just pulled it out of your ass,
it's like
right?
6 feet on Earth, 600 in the water.
Yeah.
Multiplies by 100.
So it's got to be, the water's got to be at least 600. Non-cremated remains in depth requires very certain locations. Because you don't want the kids to be inner tubing the following day and hit one of the Beach Boys who's
600 feet down,
come loose of his mooring and is floated up to the top. That could be a little trauma.
Yeah, they're like another Wilson brother looking for treasure.
So then there is, you get slid off the plank, but here's the question. In the coffin, you're wearing a 3-piece suit. Are you wearing board shorts? Like in the sea burial? Like, look, if you're in the Marines, you're in the Navy, you're wearing your dress blues or whatever. What are you wearing if you're Dennis Wilson? Are you in a suit?
I got to think you're in a Hawaiian shirt. You're Beach Boy.
Oh, Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, you want to be buried at sea. Yeah, board shorts, Hawaiian shirt.
And a Mike Love hat.
Mike Love hat that says Beach Boys on it.
Yeah.
Now, but then here's the Michael, every hat he wears says Beach Boys on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then they have to prepare the body, right?
You would think, but I mean, if he drowned, I feel like it's already prepared.
Yeah, but I mean, it's already been brined.
Yeah.
But okay, if you're in the Coast Guard and you die, but not at sea, you just die in a whorehouse in Bangkok or something, and they bury you at sea. Do they prep you like, oh, okay, you get a metal casket that's drilled with holes. So you get a heavy casket. So you get put in a casket, you slide out, the casket goes to Davy Jones' locker, and it's got holes in it.
Okay.
And eventually you decompose.
Okay. So, maybe that's what they did. I mean, I would think you just, you tie some blocks around him and then let the fish eat him.
Yeah, I mean, that's very mafioso, I mean, that's not official Coast Guard protocol.
Yeah.
We need 600 feet. We need a casket, a metal casket that's been drilled out.
Yeah, so there are just a lot of metal caskets at the bottom of the ocean?
I would say there is, but once you get past, 200 feet, it's not a lot of free diving going on, so not a lot of people running into it.
Yeah.
But, Ballard, who found the Titanic, I wonder if I present him with his next challenge. Find Dennis Wilson's casket.
Oh, yeah. So was there a video? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's no video, but is there video of him being rested at sea?
Well, yeah, from outside. They didn't put a GoPro on it, if that's what you're asking.
That would be something.
That I would watch.
Yeah.
that shit, I'd stream the shit out of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kept, not only was he the only Beach Boy who surfed and spent a lot of time in the ocean, he got buried at sea, which, again, only Ronald Reagan can greenlight that shit.
I mean, that's pretty impressive for the president to get involved on your thing.
I also like that they got that kind of time. You know what I mean? Like he's there and he's going, all right. Hey, listen, President Reagan, we got something to work on. Well, I was working on getting those hostages free from Iran. Yeah. Let's back burner that. That can wait. Those 589 souls can hang on for a second. You like the Beach Boys? Yeah, I do. You know their drummer? Dennis? Yeah. He wants to be buried at sea. All right, but this is going to take a lot of paperwork. So let's just get to the hostage negotiation stuff. We can do it next week. Let's really just fast track this Dennis Wilson burial at sea business. And everyone's seen my metal casket.
Yeah, maybe that he was like, well, now that Dennis is gone, we'll have no more of these Manson attacks. So this is worth it. It's worth it to make sure his body's far away.
That's right. And if you either produce coffee or run chains of grocery stores or are starlets married to guys who shall flee the country soon,
or renting a house that used to belong to the murderer's enemy.
Right.
Just in the wrong house.
That had to be a rough stretch for Roman Polanski. Like a rough 31 months. Like 1 minute, he's in a sports car. He's going to the Playboy Mansion. He's got his hot girlfriend next to him. She's pregnant. Rosemary's Babies just came out in the theater. He's fucking riding the crest of life. Next thing you know, he's fleeing to another country. His girlfriend's been stabbed to death. His unborn child died as well. And he's being brought up on charges. Like, that was a pretty...
Yeah.
You know, you think P. Diddy had a rough couple of years. This is kind of this is P. Diddy plus, right? Yeah. Like, P. Diddy's still in this country, and Cassie hasn't been stabbed to death with his unborn child in her.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes the present look a lot less harsh than the old days.
Yeah.
If
P. Diddy ever starts feeling a little down and a little blue, I would say, let me tell you the story of Roman Polanski.
Yeah. And, also a record producer.
Oh, it's a good point.
So if there was another Beach Boy to introduce him to a guy. He's like, hey, he's been living in the desert for a while.
Yeah.
But he's got a couple of songs. He wants to make the band.
Masa Chips. Here's something you probably didn't know. Back in the day, every chip and every fry, well, they were all cooked in tallow. Not the seed oil junk. Yeah, you've heard about that. Now it's all seed oil. And that ain't good for you. Then sometime in the 90s, big companies swapped that out, the tallow, for the cheap, highly processed seed oils. And now seed oils are sneaking into everything. Read the label. Everything's got seed oil. 20% of the average American's calories are coming from seed oil. And that's why the folks at Masa, well, they stepped in. They made awesome tortilla chips with zero seed oils. There's no snack that it's not infused with seed oils these days, but Masa, no. The ingredients: organic, nixtamalized corn, some sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. And this stuff is so good. I mean, it's weird because usually when you do a healthier version of something, it doesn't taste as good. This tastes even better. I eat them all the time. Real ingredients, real flavor, real satisfaction. Am I right, Dawson?
Masa Chips is beloved by thousands of customers and has been endorsed by industry-leading health and nutrition experts. Ready to give Masa a try? Go to masachips.com/Carolla and use code Carolla for 25% off your first order. That's masachips.com/Carolla and code Carolla for 25% off your first order.
Do you know that Tex sired, I think, 4 kids from prison?
Wow.
Yeah, because you got to keep that bloodline going.
Yeah.
That's the
Ritter?
kind of... No, that Tex Ritter...
Who's Tex Ritter? That's an actor, huh?
Tex Ritter is John... Oh, shit. All right. Hold on one second. Sorry.
I didn't mean to bring
Tex
this guy
Watson
into this.
is that one.
Okay.
Tex Ritter's a singing actor, cowboy star, who's John Ritter's dad.
I did not mean to shame Tex Ritter like that.
Or what about the late, great John Ritter?
Yeah. John Ritter was great.
Buried at sea.
Wow.
Yeah. People don't know that.
I didn't know that. See, a Coast Guard
Nobody
or
knew
or
that.
did the
Nah, but Reagan phoned it in.
Yeah, I mean, the presidents are getting involved. John Ritter was great. Three's Company. Come on.
Now,
Problem child.
see, this is what I've seen. If the casket is not used, the body should always be wrapped in a biodegradable shroud and weighted down to ensure it sinks.
Yes.
So
That's my method.
My thing, here'd be my thing, because I'm kind of thrifty. I'm not a little bit frugal, but I'm practical. Like, I'm super practical.
Yeah.
And I think you are, too. I've heard your stuff.
Yeah.
You think you want to be pragmatic. If I was, involved with Dennis Wilson's sea burial,
Yeah.
someone would go out and go, all right, well, I just spent $700 on a metal casket with holes in it. I would go, well, there's a much cheaper, more efficient way to do this. We can put them in biodegradable material and then weight him with like a couple of cinder blocks. I mean, so far, what are we into this? $18 now? And
Yeah.
by the way, that metal caskets make a fucking killer cooler. That's a great cooler. It's got
Yeah.
holes in it. The water will drain. We'll put it in the back.
Yeah, as
It'll
the
be
ice melts, it comes right out. Yeah.
No one enjoyed a cold one more than Dennis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that'll be our homage. Every 4th of July, when we hit the casket cooler and grab a cold one, we'll think
Yeah.
we'll think of Dennis.
I say, why even have the biodegradable material? Just the blocks and the guy. Just have the guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drop him. Let the fish eat him on the way down.
Yeah, I don't know what we need with the banana peels or corn husk or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why we need to do that. We just weight them down.
Yeah, let it go. Let the animals eat on it. I think it's great. I don't know why we're not doing that with all bodies, to be honest. I don't even know why we have cemeteries. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of. We could have a lot more golf courses.
Yeah.
If we got rid of those pesky cemeteries.
Yeah, put some stonemasons out of work, but
Yeah. But, listen, and people go, well, people want to go visit with their Nana. Well, how come? How about every time you go to Malibu, you're with Nana?
Yeah,
every
you're
time you go to Venice Beach, you're with Nana.
yeah, get more vacations. You go, let's go to the beach, visit Nana.
Visit Nana. Actually, I'll go take a piss in her gravesite. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I got to piss. Right. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's put them all in the ocean. Okay, what do we do? Because in like Portland and Seattle, they're always looking for ways to dispose of people in an economic, environmental way, and they drop them. They're now burying them standing up.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Oh, they get like an auger bit and a caisson rig, and they just drill down 7 feet, and they just stand you up in there.
Wow.
There's a lot more room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. The casket industry is out of control anyway. I don't know why we're doing that. Let's just put bodies straight in the water, plant or in the ground, plant a tree.
I agree with you. Ashes to ashes and dusty to dusty.
Yeah.
Next special name right there. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Be my last special. Ashes to ashes, dusty to dusty.
So you put them in the ocean. You feed the ocean.
Yeah.
The body decomposes. Nope, nothing's going to get you faster than salt water and coral fish, and you're just gone. And we saved a ton of money, and there's no formaldehyde or pollutants or any of that going into the ground, getting into the groundwater.
No need for undertakers and creepy cold-handed guys at the funeral home.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And if we do it in the ground even, you could plant trees, and then it could be like you could call it the haunted forest.
Oh, yeah.
And then it could be a tourist attraction.
Yeah, I say in the ground, standing up, if you're landlocked, where are you from?
I'm from Alabama, and so we got a little coast.
You got a little
but
coast.
I live in Tennessee now. We're totally landlocked.
All right, so in Tennessee and other landlocked states, you go in the ground, standing up, on your feet.
We got a lot of caves in Tennessee. I say you just set people up like a museum.
Catacombs, like France.
Like a wax museum. You just walk through, and here's bodies just everywhere.
Yeah, you're taking what was a pretty reasonable idea and getting a little macabre. Maybe that's your way, Dusty, but I'm just saying, I'm pitching a legitimate solution here. You're turning it into not scary farm.
Well, this is what I do. You make it simple, and then you start to get wild with it.
The sea burial is good.
Yeah.
I want to know, is there any other famous person that got buried at sea who was not in the Coast Guard or the Navy? Like, was, Papa John Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas buried at sea? Is there somebody else, or is this pretty much Dennis, and that's it?
Maybe all surfers. What about professional surfers? Are they getting, sea burials?
Oh, surfers do the thing that they should do, and this is another good argument for the sea burial, because I'm guaranteed they did this. At some point, they all paddle out, and then they get into a big circle, and they do the ashes, or they scatter the rosebud leaves, whatever. They do the ceremony. It's majestic,
Oh, yeah.
So if you were buried at sea, because right now you're at Forest Lawn, and they're all paddling out in the bay, that doesn't make sense from a geographical standpoint,
Yeah.
You'd want to be in the ocean.
Yeah, what happens to ashes in the water? Does it just go away, or is it part of the sea foam?
Well, as somebody who lives in Malibu and has vast experience with ashes, because every single structure in my neighborhood burned to the ground, it just goes out into the ocean. But I'll do you one better. Why are we just waiting for these bodies to decompose? Like, why aren't we whacking them up and bringing up a nice chum slick of remembrance,
Yeah.
Bringing up some world-class Mako trophy fish, you know what I mean? Like pulling up trophy fish.
Oh, you mean fishing with them?
I mean fishing with them.
That'd be something. I like that. Why waste all of this good meat? We don't want to eat it, but we could...
We could bring up some world-class trophy fish.
Yeah.
I did. Now you got to find that Crank Yankers bit. I did a Crank Yankers bit a million years ago where I was calling one of these sea burial places where they took your ashes and they scattered them. And I was asking if I could, rent out, the boat and scatter the ashes and stuff. But it was also clear I wanted to fish. And they kept telling me you're not allowed to fish. And I was like, no, for sure. But I'll just bring my tackle. They're like, you are not allowed to fish. And the whole bit was I wanted them to commit to letting me fish. Because the guy was cremated. The guy died like fishing.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. But it also makes sense. Like, if that's probably the way the guy would have wanted it, right?
Yeah, a little finger on the hook instead of a worm. You just kind of thread the hook with a little finger.
Yeah, I'm not saying cut him up, but I'm saying as long as we've chartered a boat for half a day, we got a half-day boat, right?
Yeah. I
should be able to bring my gear.
Right, it's not going to take all day to dump him.
No, that's 10 minutes.
And what are you going to do? Yeah, you're already out there.
You've already paid for the vessel.
What harm is it to throw a line out?
He would have wanted it that way. He probably loved fishing.
And why weren't you allowed to fish while you were out there?
There are protocols surrounding death.
Okay.
We live in a weird society. We live in a society, I looked it up the other day, where cockfighting, chicken fighting, cockfighting's illegal. Which
is a shame.
We eat 17,000 chickens a minute.
Yeah.
A minute.
Wow.
17,000. But it's illegal to let them fight. But we literally eat like 14 million of them a day.
Wow.
But human fighting is legal.
And we can't eat any of those people.
No, it's frowned upon. Oh, we got the clip. This is my character trying to convince.
Oh, yeah.
This is a legitimate business who does this. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
This is Judy. Can I help you?
Judy, my name is Burcham. You guys do the low-cost sea burials?
Yes, we do.
All right. My uncle lives in the Portland area, and he just passed today, and it was his wishes to be scattered out over the bay.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you this. Once you're on the boat, what do you do?
Basically, you have the boat for an hour, so you can do a service on the boat if you want.
And what about if you drop the ashes early, you had a little time to kill, could you do some sport fishing?
No.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Does this come with a preacher or a priest or anything, or?
No, you supply all that, and that would be within your 30 guests. It comes with the skipper and the deckhand.
And that's it. So that's all right. I'll bring my first mate, Gus, the G-Frock Jesuit. He knows all the religions. So he'll do that. And we'll just take the boat for an hour and then just do a little sport fishing, right?
The deckhand and the captain will not allow fishing on an ashes to sea.
Yeah, but the spirit of the mariner. I mean, if I grease their palms a little bit. Yeah, understand I'm grieving. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just coming all the way out there to Oregon, and my wife's in a horrible way. And I was supposed to go fishing this weekend anyway. You understand? It's the way I grieve. It's the way I cope with the pain.
Okay. There's still no fishing on an ashes to sea.
Even if it's not off a rod, even if it's just a drop line?
There's no fishing on an ashes to sea.
All right. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. We'll come down there. I'll bring my rig just to play it safe. Not saying it's going into the water. Just going to bring it along, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
You guys sell bait?
No.
You got weights? You got all the tackle?
They're not going to rig a pole for you.
How much is the cremation?
I don't do cremation. You'll have to talk to the funeral home in Portland.
Oh, it's got to be expensive. We can't just slide him off?
No.
Take a couple of 5-gallon milk cartons, fill them with water, use some zip ties around his feet, and just toss him in?
No.
Well, who's going to know?
I will know, and the skipper will know, and that's illegal to do off their boat.
Save myself some cremation money, and we get to fishing. Crack a few beers and enjoy it. That's the way you would have wanted it.
Well, you'll have to call us with a credit card and stuff when you make up your mind and make a reservation.
All right, yes, thank you. Thank you. You have a hell of a way of dealing with the grieving.
Bye-bye.
How about I dice them up? We got a nice chum slick going.
I love her attitude. This lady is like, it's like she's heard this every day.
Yeah. They're ones that would engage and others that just go, no.
Yeah, I mean, she's no nonsense. Like, she's like,
She's literally no nonsense.
Yeah.
Like that should be her nickname.
Yeah.
Nancy No Nonsense Jackson. Like no one likes no better than her.
Yeah, she's like, you're not going to do that.
You're not going to do it. Yeah. I want to live in a world where I got the boat for an hour, I paid for an hour.
Yeah, and let me handle the body however I want to do it. If I want to burn it, if I want to do that, I'll do that. If not,
I get that part, but why can't I drop a line?
Yeah.
We cremate the guy, we spread the ashes, we say a couple of fucking kind words, and now there's 51 minutes left on this water taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tex Watson of the Manson family had 4 kids. During conjugal visits.
Different women, or was it one woman?
It's a good question. Also, it's got to be nice for the elderly mother of Sharon Tate. Like, you had one daughter, right? Yeah, you got gored by this guy.
Yeah.
But don't worry, he has 4 kids.
Yeah, maybe
before. This is from after he killed your daughter.
Yeah, maybe if you brutally murder someone, you don't get conjugal visits.
Well, nature or nurture, I don't want that bloodline passed along.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe we're, maybe it's not a great pedigree.
I just don't, and I don't think you should get any reward for brutally murdering people. It's like, your wife wants to visit you. That's sweet, but you can do it, behind glass.
Well, you brought up Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
In your special, your acclaimed heralded special. Now, what you want if you come from a family of serial killers is a good basic last name like Watson. Because when your last name is Dahmer, and I say, oh, my name is Steve Dahmer, then people go, like the cannibal serial killer? But if I go, my name is Bob Watson, no one knows. No one's connected. There's too many Watsons.
Yeah, there's other good Watsons.
Yeah.
There's a balance.
Yeah, there's a balance of good. They've balanced out. There's only one Dahmer, and it's a bad Dahmer, you know?
Yeah, the Dahmer line, I guess all the other Dahmers started changing their names.
But Thomas Edison's assistant was named Watson.
Yes.
So there you go. You could be related to him.
Like, if I killed people, probably the other sleighs would go on to change their names.
Right.
There's not a lot of sleighs out here.
No.
And if you're known as a murderer and your last name's Slay, you start changing it.
Yeah, maybe they just get married real quick.
Yeah.
And drop the maiden.
Yeah, and hope for all girls.
Yeah, I think Hitler's probably the top of that list.
Yeah, it seems like there were no other Hitlers. There were some other Adolfs, I think, but there were no other.
One of the greatest Adolfs of all time, Adolf Coors.
Oh, yeah, the Coors Light?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Coors family, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if you said, like, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What if I said, look, you have a magic wand and there could never be a man named Adolf ever born, and that would get rid of Adolf Hitler, but it would also mean we don't have Coors. You'd have to think about that, wouldn't you?
It'd be tough because the Coors Original, the banquet beer, or I would call it Coors Heavy. That was a good beer.
Yeah.
I used to love a Coors Heavy.
Did you ever? I've toured the facility.
Oh, yeah.
Golden, Colorado.
I met the Coors guy, I think, in Vegas one time. I did a country music show, and I think Coors was a sponsor.
It's impressive. Oh, when you go to a factory or you go to a vineyard, like where they make wine, and they go like, we harvest the grapes by hand, and we put them in a basket, and then we bring them over here, and, it has to be just the right temperature and the right soil and the right off-sea air, breeze, and everything. And all that, and then and when it's all done, or Jack Daniels, they go, it ferments in a barrel for 10 years, and we have to rotate the barrels because they have to char them and stuff like that. They're oak barrels that we get from France, and they're char. And at some point, you go, you're charging $19 for a bottle. You should be like $2,700 for a fucking a can of Coors should be $3,500.
So much goes into it.
We get the yeast, and then the ferment kettles over here, and then we transfer the ones over, and then that dimension, you got to bottle and ship, and you're charging $7 for a 6-pack, like,
yeah.
It should be $1,200.
There's a Johnny Paycheck song called Colorado Kool-Aid, and he's really breaking it down, and he makes Coors sound so good in that song. And I went to a distillery, I think that's where it is, where you make bourbon. Mm-hmm. I've not drank in 13 years, but that's the closest I came to wanting to drink. When you smell it in there, it feels good. A lot goes into it, and it should cost more. Yeah, it's like everything you buy on Amazon. Like you get a piece of outdoor furniture for like $41, and you're like, it should really be more than this. Anyone who complains about being poor, fuck right off. When we were poor, we were poor. Yeah, there's
you didn't have
so much
shit.
now. There's so much now. You could get anything you want instantly. And back in the day, it was hard to get things.
I should tell people that you can put the Tex, all from one woman. By the way, Tex Watson, one woman, 4 kids. Then they got divorced. I don't know. Do you have to get divorced when someone's in prison for life, or could you just kind of...
I guess if you want to get remarried.
Stop showing up.
You're like, hey, listen, my ex-husband's in prison for brutally stabbing someone, but...
Yeah. I went, speaking of, we're on a morose, macabre angle here today, but I went to Michael Madsen's wake. Now, Michael Madsen is the actor... Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2, Donnie Brasco, Reservoir Dogs. Was he Mr. Pink or Mr. Blonde? Tall, good looking. Mr. Blonde. He stole the show, yeah.
I like him, yeah.
Oh, the Doors movie, Sin City, Hateful Eight. He was great in Hateful Eight, too. He was just sitting there in the corner, said he was writing a book. Joe Gage, I think was his name. Species, Free Willy, Thelma and Louise, Wyatt Earp. He was great. He was a great
really
guy.
Great.
A great actor, fun guy. And his wake was at the Vista Theater, which is a theater owned by Quentin Tarantino. And it was last week. And I have never been to Michael Madsen's house, and I've never been out to lunch with him, and I've never spoken to him on the phone. He came in here one time. We got to figure out, Dawson, when was Michael Madsen in here? I mean, it's been years. He came in one time, I think, and he brought his son, Christian. And yeah, I need to, all right, anyway. I said
June 2012.
June 2012. Jesus Christ.
Actually, the end of May 31st.
Well, that makes it a totally different kettle of fish now.
Yeah, sorry.
You're going to shave 2 days.
No, the show aired on June 1st.
Yeah,
so.
he is well over 10 years since he was in here, right?
Yes.
Now, his son, Christian, came with him. And he just sat where you're sitting, and we had a good time, like a lot of laughs. And he was doing his Nick Nolte impersonation, and it was really fucking funny. And I just thought, oh, that was fun. That was a fun guy. I was a fan of his work. And it was years and years and years ago. And I don't think I talked to him since, in the studio or outside the studio. And once in a while, periodically, it would pop into my mind a picture of him doing his Nick Nolte voice and laughing. And then when I heard he died, I was like, oh, that's sad. That guy was funny. I remember being a good. Now, I assumed he has no memory of talking to me. He was Michael Madsen. I'd seen him on the big screen a bunch of times. And we can hear a second of that.
I'm good friends with Nick Nolte, and he usually comes by my house with a great big roll of firecrackers. And I used to get stuff from American Soldier magazine, or Soldier of Fortune magazine. They used to UPS me fireworks. But, now after 9/11, I can't get them anymore. So,
Hold on. I want to get into this
I
for a
used to
second.
get rockets and all kind of good
First
stuff.
off,
But, you can't do them anymore.
Do
They won't
you
it.
and Nick Nolte have some sort of gravelly voice off?
Oh,
Where like Nick's like,
Jesus
hey.
Christ, Madsen, I brought some firecrackers over here. God damn it, I'm going to set them off whether you like it or not. God damn it.
Here, you want to eat another cigarette?
Give me a Marlboro.
Yeah.
I need another one.
I made a
Jesus Christ.
smoothie out of gravel.
Stop smoking, man.
Chewing tobacco and gravel.
I was actually in Paris one time.
All right, so it was funny. Now,
Yeah, he sounded like I was like picturing Nick Nolte as he was talking the whole time.
yeah, it was funny. And I was always stuck in my head. And if you would have said to me, does Michael Madsen know who you are? I'd go, I don't know. Maybe someone could remind him he did my show, and then he'd go, oh, yeah, something. But lo and behold, I get invited to his wake. And I thought, well, this is queer because everyone here is Quentin Tarantino and Tim Roth and Sean Penn and guys who worked with him, his sister, Virginia Madsen, stuff like that. And I'm like, why me? I'm a podcaster. He did my show one time. And his son, Christian, was like, he had such a good time with you. And we would always talk about it. And we'd laugh about it. And we would listen. We would re-listen to it. And we had such a good time with it that I just felt like you're kind of part of this. And I was like, wow, that's so flattering because I just assume one and done, move on to the next press hit or whatever you're plugging. And it had no thought. And so you don't really know what impact you have on people. Like you started by telling the story where you felt dumb, but the person forgot about it. But there's another version where you figure, no, that person doesn't know me or doesn't even remember anything. It was a million years ago. And they're like, they do. They talk about you. They relive it. They have a good time.
Well, it's true. It's that old saying, people forget what you say, but they remember how you made them feel. That was a sales thing they used to pitch. When I worked at Office Depot, they would love to pitch us that. It's how you make the customer feel.
Well, they evidently had a good feeling about this, and they relived it, and they laughed about it. And so I went to the wake, and I saw the sons, and they're like hugging it out. Like, thank you so much. You meant a lot. And I was like, this is insane because I just remember we talked all those years ago, and I just remember Nick Nolte. It's like my dad had a great time, and we'd replay it and laugh about it.
Wow,
I know, it's kind of touching.
That's wild,
right?
yeah.
And we just the other son, they're both tall, good-looking guys. They gave me a hug and told me it was important that I be there and stuff like that. And I was like, thank you. Now, Christian was one son, and then he has two other sons, and I think one took his own life at some point, which I told Andrew to be careful with because I didn't want to mistake him for the other. But we just have three names on here, so I don't know. So thanks. You didn't write. Oh, yes, three living sons and another son that passed. Okay. All right. I thought he had three altogether. So there's Max and there's Calvin as well. And they're all great and they were all there. And, so, it was kind of an interesting, eclectic group of Michael Madsen people. And the guy's, been in the industry for a while and collected some interesting folks. I walked in and Sean Penn was just smoking in front of the...
Oh, yeah.
I like a guy who really takes his smoking seriously.
I want that status in life where I could smoke wherever I want. If I just smoke at a funeral or a wake, no one cares.
Yeah, I'm convinced that Dave Chappelle does it. I don't think Dave Chappelle smokes.
Yeah.
I think he walks out on stage and he lights a cigarette and he dares some management member from the theater to come down and tell him to put the cigarette out because he lights it and he doesn't even smoke it. That would always be the funny thing. Like if you saw those, Johnny Carson from 1972 and they have, Lloyd Johnson, the producer on there, he just light a cigarette up and then he's telling stories. He never takes a draw. They can't because they're too busy. They don't need the cigarette.
Yeah,
Sammy Davis Jr. doesn't need the cigarette. He's talking to Johnny Carson for 4 minutes, and they never take the time to, draw off it.
Yeah, like the cigar guys. You see them on stage with cigars, and it's like, how do you do a show and smoke? It can't be done.
I've seen Dave Chappelle. He walks out on stage, and he lights a cigarette. Like, first things first, anyone who's ever smoked knows you can go out, stand by the exit in the parking lot. You can smoke your cigarette, and someone can go 5 minutes, and you can go, yeah, okay, and you put it out, and you can walk out on stage.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk out on stage and go, now I'd like a cigarette.
Yeah.
But he walks out and goes, now I'd like a cigarette. Then he lights it. It's also, it's kind of a foreplay. Like, you guys can all wait and watch me do this thing that nobody else can do.
Yeah.
Dusty Slade walks out there and lights a cigarette. Oh, guys come rappelling down from the rafters with a fire extinguisher.
I'm not allowed back at the club.
That's right. No, none of that. I'm convinced Dave Chappelle and Snoop Dogg. Snoop does it with weed. He just goes, you want to come in here into this green room of this late night show and tell me to put out my reefer? Go ahead. And everyone goes, no, Mr. Dog, I guess that's fine.
I always felt like once you start selling out the clubs, you can do whatever you want. But now I sell out clubs and I go, I still don't feel like I can smoke in here.
Certainly not on stage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine just walking out in front of a packed club and just lighting up a cigarette?
And you're right. I couldn't imagine. And also, I'm like, I can't do anything with this now. Now I'm smoking. Because, and even nicotine gives you a feel, like a relaxed feeling that I don't want on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But again, it's basically like someone saying, you're hungry, right? Yeah, good. Hold this burrito. Okay. But don't take a bite out of it. Well, after 20 minutes, wouldn't it be like, well, this is fucking torture. Why don't I put the burrito down? Because you can't eat it on stage.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember there was a Robin Williams special where he had a lot of water bottles on this one table, so many. It's like, well, there's no way you're ever going to drink all this water.
Yeah.
Why do you have all this water out here?
I think it's a sign. It's the comic version of the guitarist with 11 picks lined up. Like, you're going through all 11 of those picks? Like, I don't think so. But it looks cool.
Yeah, you never know.
I'll tell you what
really
is a good move. Yeah. What is a good move is when you're in a rock band and you light a cigarette and you use the use the strings as an ashtray. Yeah. You just hold it there while you play. Yeah. That's a power move.
That's
right
cool.
there.
Yeah, it's cool because your guitar's smoking.
Yeah, you're literally smoking a guitar.
Stress relief for the guitar.
Smoking a guitar. It seems intricate and time-consuming and kind of more work than hanging it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Or just saying, look, in my rider, why don't we provide a stool with an ashtray? Is that too excessive for my... We have pyrotechnics. We got women backstage. We got green M&Ms. How about it's just a stool and an ashtray?
Well, that's what's cool about cigarettes. You can't put a vape on the end of a guitar like that.
It won't stay.
Yeah.
It's not. It's too flat.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Slips right
it's
through.
round on the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You can't You can't be playing a bass guitar and slide a vape up to the end.
Yeah, and it's electric. The vape may be battery operated. It may conflict with the electrical stuff.
Oh, you're right. It may be like that scene in Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Where you got a remote amp, and it's interfering with the sound.
Oh, yeah. That's funny you say Spinal Tap. I'm doing in Milwaukee. I heard that you've done that, the Pabst Theater.
I did it a week ago.
Yeah, I'm doing that soon, and I didn't know. Someone just told me that's where they filmed Spinal Tap.
The sign is hanging back there.
I've never done it. It's exciting.
You'll love the Pabst.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's great. The town's great. The Pabst the theater's great.
I like Milwaukee, but I've never done that theater, and I didn't know about that.
That's August 16th,
yeah,
by the way.
That's awesome, yeah.
All right, Dusty, you want to hang in for a minute? We'll do some news?
Sure, yeah.
All right, we'll bring Mayhem in. We'll do the news right after this. BetterHelp. This is an ad by BetterHelp. These are good guys. Girls, gals, peoples. You ever tried searching for real advice for mental health online? It's like drinking from a fire hose. There's so much out there. It just gets overwhelming. Seriously, one day I'm being told to do cold plunges, and the next day talking about unplugging my phone and journaling and writing stuff and being gratitude. Boy. So how do you even know what's worth your time? BetterHelp. I've always loved the process of therapy, and this is a way that brings it to the masses. It makes it easy, makes it affordable, makes it efficient. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy schedule in life. Am I right, Dawson?
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, convenient, and flexible. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Home chef, do you find yourself eating the same thing over and over and over again? When you're feeling burnt out and you don't have the time to search for new meals, pick out ingredients, and learn how to cook something new, well, that's where Home Chef comes in. Home Chef gets it. They're here to make meals easier and healthier, along with tons of variety. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs. Plus, Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries. Yeah, groceries are super expensive. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. They're the best. They're Home Chef, right, Dawson?
For a limited time, Home Chef is offering Adam's listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Adam. That's homechef.com/Adam. For 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Adam. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
I checked into this hotel the other day, and they gave me a little sheet of paper. It was instructions on how to check out faster. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me ask you this. What's faster than just leaving? I mean, that's how I've been doing it. I'm going to be honest with you here. I didn't even realize there was a checkout process. I just felt like you see me leave here with all these bags. You get up into that room and I'm not in there. You know I've checked out.
Dusty Slay is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Yeah, it's always been in the gray area for me, too. Sometimes there's a checkout and sometimes there's just a leave.
Oh, key card collection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like when I check in, we're agreeing to when I'll be leaving.
Yeah.
There's not a mystery around
There's no
it.
question mark about you leaving. It's not open-ended.
Yeah, you're like, you going to stick around all week or
They
what?
just want to high-five you on the way out.
Yeah.
Check
Yeah.
the minibar purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weirdly unenforced, that sort of kitchen and kiosk-y thing that's in the side. It's got a couple of beers in it, a couple of wine coolers, and some Cheetos and stuff. And there's times when you grab like a Bud Light and turn around and look, and there's nobody there. And you're like, well,
Carolla just shoplifted.
but there's nobody behind the... What do I do with fuck it. I just drink it. You know what I mean? Like,
Or there's people checking in, you're in line, you're like, I'd just like to get this here.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be done with the beer by the time I get to the front of the line. All right, what do you got, Mayhem?
Oh, man. First up, then, horny cop. Take her to horny jail. A female cop under investigation for vowing to ticket everyone over her lack of sex. She went TikTok viral and then deleted the post. But I think we got a screenshot of the lady.
When did women get so horny? Like, I feel like there was a whole industry built around Spanish fly when I was young because women weren't horny. And so somebody invented something called Spanish fly. It's actually a Bill Cosby bit, which is a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Whoa.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be cockroach legs from Tijuana that made women horny. But now... Every time I turn on the news, there's some school teacher out of Florida banging around with their 16-year-old.
You want to know why?
What's going on?
It's a symptom of a worldwide phenomenon called TikTok tarded. They suddenly get all fired up, and all their friends are juicing them up, and then all their guy friends to get attention. It's an attention economy over there.
Maybe also, let's put it to you this way. When I was in high school, what percentage of my female teachers owned a vibrator? I'm going to go way less than 10%.
Well, but they were hand cranked back then.
Yeah.
Made with cat gut.
Yeah.
No,
Sheep intestines, I think.
I think, all right, I'm going to be generous. I can't picture Mrs. Sontag with a rabbit, you know.
I don't want to picture any of my teachers
okay,
with it. Yeah.
Even Mrs. Parker. Okay, so Mrs. Harvey. So I'm going to go way less than 20% had something in the nightstand. I feel like over 80% of female teachers now have something they got on Amazon in the nightstand.
I think so, too.
Yeah, so
School is wild now.
things are different. Things are different. They're younger. I went into my kid's school once. A chick was like 26, wearing go-go boots, had a piercing in her nostril. You know, she's good to go, right?
Yeah.
So this is a new era. Women got a lot of vibrators and a lot of nightstands, and I just think that we just upped the ante.
Yeah. It's a new, liberated age.
And we've taken them, we made them cops and other sort of masculine testosterone roles, and now they're taking charge. So I think it's on.
Yeah, no, is she this cop telling people that when she's ticketing them? I feel like a couple of guys in, somebody's going to go, well, I'll take care of that for you.
Yeah. I think TikTok, look, and she wasn't a bad-looking officer. I asked her for a number. She said 911.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, she going to say something? Let's see.
See, this is TikTok tarded right here.
Yeah.
It's just simple content because the bar is so low to make a nice video, and that was it. And that goes buck wild viral, and then all your friends are calling you. Mm-hmm. And then they start an investigation.
Yeah.
Didn't get cracked. That's what she's calling it? Is that what they're calling it? I didn't get
my guts smushed in. It's like
cracks like you're shucking an oyster.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Can we get any more demeaning than this?
Crack like a Shetland pony.
That's what men used to say about women, like that, and now it's like the women saying it about themselves. I didn't get cracked last night.
We're handing it back and
forth.
forth.
It's weird when you see female comedians up there and going, I need some dick and stuff like that. Like, wow, we've turned the corner here, people.
Yeah, just go to the open mic and we can make that happen.
Right.
Every guy in there will do it.
Oh, yeah. At the club, by the way. We don't have to go back to
Yeah,
only if you pepper spray me first.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. And also, don't people... I mean, here's an interesting thing. I thought cameras... So I've always said there's a couple things in life. Like the first guy who invented the toothpaste cap that snaps back on, that you don't have to twist it back on, it just snaps back on. He must have thought to himself, well, that's it. No more toothpaste being left out with the cap up, drying out, and getting all scubba filled. That's that. Oh, I share a sink with my girlfriend. That cap is open.
Yes.
My daughter, not defeated. Not defeated.
A lot of stuff around you can't even
close. A lot of dry
can't
can't close now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You got to get lacquer thinner out and a wire brush if you want that shit. You got to get a bottle brush, some lacquer, denatured alcohol, and a rag. Okay. So that person thought, end of this, right? And then another person thought, well, look, when the battery gets low, we'll just have a 30 decibel siren go off like every 28 seconds. They'll be replacing these batteries. Lickety split. No, you underestimated us.
No.
You do not realize what we're capable of. People live for years with that. The cap's up. The thing. You know how many bags of chips that have the zipper closed on the top? They're just gaping open and sitting on all day, every day. Everything with a mayonnaise with the pop cap lid in the fridge with the pop 21 gun salute straight up. They didn't pop it down. Okay. When somebody said, we're going to put a camera in this 7-Eleven, we'll put the camera up there, no more robberies because we got it all on film. Oh, no. Robberies went up tenfold.
Yeah.
After that. And I think when people are like, look, when we have cameras and Ring doorbells everywhere, no one's going to film themselves in uniform, like saying insane things and then put it up on the World Wide Web. Nobody. Oh, no, it's on. I see people filming themselves like in their airport uniform talking about wanting to kill certain races and stuff like that. It's like, are you nuts?
Yeah,
how long is Southwest going to employ you?
People film themselves showing how they rip off the government to get food stamps, and I'm like, well, you don't give yourself away.
No, everyone for a while on TikTok again was doing a thing where, hey, I found an ultimate money hack. You just put a check in and then take out all the money. They just like reinvented check fraud.
Oh yeah,
they're like, oh, they've discovered it. They said this is a free money hack, and everybody got busted.
You're just giving yourself away.
Yeah.
The one guy out here, I can't remember. It was a rapper who wrote a rap song about ripping off COVID money. Yeah. And then he got busted. Geez. But here's all I'm saying, people. I would say to my kids, let's not chronicle your crimes.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you're up to, let's not film it and put it up on the internet because it may come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
So if you're a lady police officer, don't film yourself while talking about getting strange dick.
Yeah, and no pictures with guns, right? Because if something happens, they're going to dig up the picture of you with guns. Even if it's a hunting trip, they're going to be like, look,
they're definitely going to be on that episode of Dateline.
I love guns.
Yeah. Pictures, here's what I want. Picture you wearing a bow tie, cardigan, and holding a degree and smiling.
Exactly.
So in case you ever get brought up on murder charges, it's not you smiling and holding a gun.
Right.
Well, I'm going to Glamour Shots tomorrow.
That's the one they're going with. Rapper who bragged about ripping off COVID unemployment money was sentenced. Fontrell Antonio Baines, also known as Nuke Bizzle.
Nuke Bizzle. Let's hear that track right now.
Wasn't he one of the Duke brothers? He was one of the Duke boys, Uncle Nuke Bizzle. A rapper from Memphis, Tennessee, was sentenced to 77 months.
Ooh, dang, that's a stiff.
By the way, that's got to be weird for Nuke Bizzle because he probably didn't know a lot of long math. And the judge was like 77 months, and he's like, well, that's not too bad. What's that? How many weeks is that? That's 6 years. Oh, shit. Really? In federal prison for exploiting the pandemic unemployment assistance, look, if you're in California, you can get away with stuff like that for a long time, but not if you write a rap song about it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you don't want to give it away. I don't know why people are giving it away like this.
I I concur. All right, you got another story there?
I certainly do. Conor McGregor launches a petition to make a presidential ballot in Ireland. Yeah, he's taking the matters into his own hand to become a quest for next president. What the problem is for him, despite he got some popularity over there, in order to be considered a candidate, he must have nominations for 20 members of the Oireachtas or full county council. Yeah.
So what is that?
Yeah, so basically, four counties.
He's going to fight again, right?
I mean, allegedly, the investigation is still ongoing.
Maybe fighting some of these councilmen.
Yeah, he seems like he's been doing shadowboxing videos and whatnot, but, let's see what happens next July 4th. He doesn't have, the way the Constitution is written there is not the same as ours. He has to get 20 members of this council to post it up, or from 4 counties in the area. So, I mean, in the Ireland, he has to get them to sign off on his.
It's not
campaign.
apples to apples, but I recently interviewed Manny Pacquiao, who was trying to be the president of the Philippines and failed. So what I would say to Conor is, if Manny can't pull it off in the Philippines, I don't know if you're going to pull it off in Ireland, because he's beloved in the Philippines, and he doesn't come with a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The mumblings and grumblings is that in Ireland, they're mad. They're like, what is this guy doing,
On the other hand, I love the discipline of an athlete, and that's fine. That's fine with me.
Well, that's the thing, is that his discipline has seemed to have waned in this later part of his career. He's out there, allegedly cocained out and acting a buck wild. We want him to rein it in before he beats the president.
Yeah, that's tough. If you're coked out, that's tough. I don't know that he is. I don't want him coming for me.
I mean, there was his finger on the button to the potatoes.
There was that Canadian guy who was pretty beaked up all the time, who seemed to do right by Canadians,
Are you talking about Rob Ford?
Rob Ford, yeah. Rob Ford.
I thought he was doing crack.
Mayor of Toronto.
Yeah.
He's like a crack addict that looked like Chris Farley.
Yeah. But, I'm not from Toronto, but I've been there. Seem to be pretty orderly.
Toronto's fun, yeah.
I've been to L.A., our mayor's on almost no crack, and it's a shit show. So I don't know. Maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just doing an L.A.-Toronto math.
Toronto's great. It is really good.
All right. You're making my argument, Dusty.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind L.A., but Toronto, it's a very walkable city, and it's...
Well, I mean, look, you got Antonio Villaraigosa, no crack. You got Garcetti, no crack. You got Karen Bass, no crack. And you got a rise in homelessness, graffiti and crime in a steep decline. Or you got Toronto. Yes, crack. Very livable, walkable city.
Well, as you've seen on my new special, I'm a big supporter of crack. I've always been.
Oh, listen. I thought it was amazing. I was picturing a conversation with Hunter Biden.
Oh,
imagine Hunter Biden's home burnt down in Malibu, but imagine if you talked to a few people who hung out with Hunter Biden 5 years ago, and somewhere in the future, his house is going to burn down.
What, he dropped a crack pipe?
They'd all go crack. No. Natural disaster. They go get that pipe. That's what he's saying, but the futon was the first thing to go up, right? Nope. Now, what would the odds makers say? This guy's house is going to burn to the ground while he's passed out with a crack pipe on his chest, right? You go, what kind of odds would you get on wildfire versus crack pipe? He was probably living in Maryland at the time, right?
I don't know how to do odds, but I'm voting crack pipe.
Yeah. Insane.
Yes.
Under 210,
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have a Jim Acosta story
man, I
on
can't
that?
wait, man.
What
The cracking forward Jim Hayden. Oh, Jim Acosta?
That's what I got.
Yeah. Jim Acosta is blasted on social media after interviewing an AI avatar of a Parkland shooting victim. It's pretty
really?
morose.
I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin.
All right, building a culture of kindness and understanding while you're fucking getting shot at.
They lived him up inside of there, huh?
Jim's struggling to get gas.
Bro, he's in the Matrix, deep in there, yeah.
Hold on. Is this the real Dusty? Or?
It is this is the real Dusty.
Let me smell your armpit, bro.
Yeah, well, it smells. I do
What
smell.
would an AI-generated Dusty say? Probably make a joke about his armpit smelling.
Well, that's true. I think, AI could nail it soon.
Mayhem, tug on his beard. Let's see if that's a real beard.
AI's getting good, though.
I know.
Maybe Mayhem's not even
Listen,
in
before I die, I'm going to rename myself Max Headroom.
Oh, Max Headroom had a real head start, pardon the pun, on this whole thing. Yeah, okay. Well, it's interesting because he's interviewing a guy, but all the guy's doing is spouting out Democratic progressive talking points, which is going to be a thing in both directions because it's always like, who is programming the AI? Like, what side of the aisle is the AI guys doing the program? Because what that was just a Democratic talking point. Now, if you talk to someone who programmed it from the right side, they'd be talking about, the NRA and arming teachers. By the way, everybody, it's a weird thing people have with arming teachers. I'm not saying show up with a hamper of handguns and dump them in the gym and tell the teachers to come pick them up.
Especially if they're not getting laid, if they're not getting cracked.
Well, I'm saying, let's just say you had a teacher, right? Let's say you had a teacher who was in the military or was in law enforcement, and then you put them through a process where they got certified and bonded and everything to handle a handgun. If the shooting started in your kid's school, wouldn't you like to know that their teacher had something in their desk versus hiding under the desk? And it's a simple equation. Here's the equation. In every movie where there's a bank being robbed and they yell, get on the ground, at some point, everyone's on the ground and they're knocking stuff over and pistol whipping people. At some point, there'll be a guy in street clothes and he'll pull his thing up and he'll go, I'm off-duty cop. And then you think to yourself, good. Yeah. They got a guy with a gun on our side in here. It's basically that feeling you have as an audience where you go, good, we got something now.
But then you just yell back at him, FBI undercover, and he doesn't shoot you.
Yeah.
Twice in the chest.
Keanu Reeves. I am an FBI agent. Yeah, the biggest. You may have had some dicky bosses in your day, right?
Oh yeah.
You worked. You sold pesticides, right?
Yeah.
You covered Home Depot.
Oh yeah.
You had your share of situations. You had a lady friend, and you would take her out to the bar during the day, and have some, have conventional sex, in different places while on the clock.
All this is true.
Yeah. All of it is true. I remember our interview.
Yeah.
And I remember the details. And I would argue you've had some tough bosses. I've had some tough bosses. Mike Stramat was my foreman. He was a tough boss.
Yeah, my boss's name was Stan. I don't want to say his last name. But
I had Art Fuss. He was kind of a tough guy. These were tough guys. But I there's never been a boss as bad as Keanu Reeves' boss when he showed up for his first day at the FBI headquarters. That clip of him calling him a Blue Flame special, and I mean, he literally just met him in the hallway and started yelling at him before they even knew who he was. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a tough boss. Yeah. Usually you have to at least fuck up. Like Dusty, you have to be caught fucking a coworker while drunk in the back of a Nova, right?
Yeah, or, at least something close to it. If I'd have got caught doing that, I would have been fired. But
I read it like heavy ball breaking. I love that scene because, as with fighters, the young guy, but get out of here. You ain't even earned the right to spar with him.
Right. Yeah, I get you. I like the ball breaking too. That's John C. McGinley, by the way.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great. But I mean, Keanu gets off to it. That wouldn't fly in today's FBI. You couldn't come in with some young cub rookie who just got relocated from Quantico to L.A. and start yelling at him immediately.
There's an HR in there.
You
now.
get written up.
Yep.
You get written up.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's talk about John C's bedside manner here.
Special Agent John, Utah, day number 1 in L.A. Welcome aboard. You're going over your personnel record. Very impressive.
Thank you.
You may very well have been in the top 2% of your class at Quantico, but quite frankly, son, out here you have exactly 0 hours of experience in the field. You know nothing. In fact, you know less than nothing. If you even knew that you knew nothing, that'd be something, but you don't.
Yes, sir.
You need a solid breakfast, Utah? Sir? All the food groups, avoiding caffeine, sugar. I like to make sure that all my people maintain sound cardiovascular fitness. We don't drink, and we sure as hell don't smoke.
Sir, I take the skin off chicken.
Good man. This is us. Bank robbery. And you are now in the bank robbery capital of the world.
1,322 last year in L.A. County, up 26% from the year before.
That's correct. And we nailed over 1,000 of them. Miss Deere, take a look at that for me. Thank you. Do you know how we nail the bad guys, Utah? Do you know how we nail them? By crunching data.
Luck.
Good crime scene work, good lab work, and most importantly, good data-based analysis. Special Agent Utah, are you receiving my signal?
0 distortion, sir. I love these things.
Hey, you're a real blue flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Oh, he's getting written up.
What I don't know is how you got yourself assigned out here to Los Angeles with us. I mean, hell, I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
Now, in today's world, you'd be sitting in HR, and it's like, I wasn't in that business. I wasn't in that building for 40 seconds before my supervisor said I was dumb, an asshole, and filled with semen.
Yeah.
So he needs to be written up. Possibly removed from this.
Yeah, but I never had a boss that was that smart, I don't think. I mean, this guy's so smart, he's got, he's really coming at you with it.
Yeah.
Total masterpiece exposition, that whole program. Let you know that everybody here is smart and a big swinging dick.
Yeah. My boss would have been dipping, swallowing the spit, and he's out of breath, and he's,
Yeah, and also the guys who don't know enough, they're not articulate. Yeah. And the guys who aren't articulate use the same swear words. They go, I don't fucking give a fuck if you fuck off. Want to fuck around all fucking day. I'm just fucking assholes. They're fuck sticks. They're not good enough to spit it out.
That sounds like
you do Big Al from the junkyard.
Their brains are angrier than their mouth can service. You know what I mean?
Exactly. My boss would do all that, and then in between go, let's get some lunch.
Swallow some dip. Yeah, they weren't wordsmiths like John C.
Yes.
You're right. You're right. But you got the message.
You did get the message, yeah.
He dipped and swallowed.
I never saw him spit. I mean, he would dip the whole day. I never saw him spit.
Any of these guys ever come out of the woodwork and go, hey, man, see, you're playing the Pabst Theater, man. That's where Spinal Tap played.
Well, a few guys, I do have some guys that come out, some guys that I liked, from the pesticide world, and they'll come and hang. I got one old boss that I did like. He'll come hang. He was my boss for a year, and me and him would get drunk together.
You guys ever talk shop? Like, hey, if you see Roundup's they've come out with a new Hudson sprayer. Like, do you ever really get into it a little bit?
If I'm in a Lowe's and I see a good display, I'll take a pic and send it to him.
Yeah. And nobody can handle a pallet jack like Dusty, right? I mean, if they're... they have those competitions with the heavy equipment operators. Yeah. Where the guy, like, with a long... This guy's got to have a long arm excavator. Yeah. And the competition is to put a jacket on a Barbie, with it, that's 20 feet away. Like, they do crazy stuff. Maybe there'll be some pallet jack competition.
Pallet jack races. I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, well, celebrity pallet jack races, you'd crush.
See, like the boxcar derby things, but maybe going down on a pallet jack.
We got it. We start out with pallet jack derby, okay? Go on to celebrity unicycling, right?
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
And then we'll have a fight to end the night.
That's you.
Three-ring circus.
Oh, man. Yeah. Pay-per-view. Order early. Save
you guys
a few
will
bucks.
get some points. You'll get some points on this deal.
Yeah, you got to jack a pallet of fertilizer and weave it through with customers.
Yeah.
Ankle breaking insurance.
Yeah.
I could do it on a unicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, listen, we got to wrap this up. We need to talk. Get your people on the blower.
Okay.
I'll get my people hooked up with your people.
I like this.
Yeah. Mayhem doesn't have people. It's a person. It's one guy. But we'll get his person with our people.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll plural for the singular.
My guy is a girl, too. So
Okay.
Dusty, always great to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
By the way, really funny stand-up special, Wet Heat, on Netflix. And then the night shift tour coming to a town near you. Website, DustySlay.com.
That's right, DustySlay.com. And I got a whole new hour that I'm doing on the road. So
wow.
So you can watch
You're
the special.
churning it, man.
And then come see the show, new hour.
Well, Kym Whitley from Happy Gilmore 2 is coming in here, and many different things as well. We'll talk to her right after this. Homes.com. Well, some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site, and maybe Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory, or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home the best because they know the neighborhood like the back of their hand. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Either way, it could be any, it could be all the above. Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home. Love these guys. Use them all the time. Homes.com, we've done your homework.
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Ace Man, this is Rich, one of your fans in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, I hear you're doing a show at the Aladdin Theater August 8th. Did you know in Portland in the 70s it was a XXX movie theater which played Deep Throat nonstop for over 10 years? Anyway, I'm sure they got the protein cleaned up by now. Anyway, have a great show and get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, 2 shows at Helium in Portland, by the way. That's the new venue. Kym Whitley, Happy Gilmore 2 is what you've seen her everywhere for a million years, but Netflix, Happy Gilmore 2, which is plays Bessie. What happened? Everyone loves it. Everyone loves you. They love the show. They love Adam Sandler. They used to not like Adam Sandler. Now they love Adam Sandler. What's going on?
That part. That was my favorite part of the show.
Well, the critics used to kind of beat up on him.
Oh, Adam is one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, but they don't factor that in.
They don't factor that part in.
They don't.
It's ridiculous.
They don't like movies where you play yourself and your sister and stuff like that. They got into it with him. I know, but now everyone loves him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're part of it.
I am part of it. Thank you so much.
How'd you get the role?
Adam, I had auditioned for another role in the Happy Madsen family. I also did a movie called Hubie Halloween with him.
Oh, yeah. That's fun, too.
Yeah. And see, Adam likes to reuse people if he likes you.
Right.
He will bring you back. He loves comics. He loves to make sure they have a check. And I auditioned for, I think it was That Missy or Missy, one of his movies. And they loved me. They walked me out to my car. I didn't get the part, but they were like, we're going to bring you back. So they always call me for something. And that's how I got the part. And there were some lines, but Adam was like, Kim, don't worry about the lines. We're just going to let you go. So always fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's what I want to say to everyone. There are people that have a reputation for being nice. And Adam Sandler has a reputation for being nice, and Henry Winkler has a reputation for being nice.
I can't believe you said that. Those are the 2 people I always say.
Right. Wow. But it's because they're nice. And then there are people that have a reputation for not being nice. And people go, oh, you know, people like to talk. I go, no, listen, you earn your reputation of not nice, and it's not fair to the actual nice people to just try to lump the unnice people in with them.
Absolutely.
We don't think of Ellen as nice. Bill Cosby wasn't thought of as nice. These people weren't thought, Bill Maher's not thought of as nice. And Henry Winkler is thought of as nice. So that's who they are.
Who they are.
Live with it. And by the way, if you'd like to be thought of as being nice, then go ahead and be nice.
And be nice consistently.
Yes, do it consistently.
What's yours? What's your reputation? Uh-oh. I can tell you.
People don't think of me as nice. No,
I think you're direct, because when I came in here, you were like, let's get it, Kim. You're not going to do this. You're a coaster man. You made me put my coffee on the coaster because you don't want your table scarred up. I think of you as direct.
Well, I feel like, okay, you tell me. Tell me.
All right.
My girlfriend she's a good cook, and she will make food. And then she will give it to me. And then she will go, what do you think? Then I will go, it's good. And thank you. But if you do it again, I'll do a little more garlic next time. Now, you can look at that two ways. You can look at it as, I just made you food and now you're bitching about it. Or you can look at it as, he's happy with it and he's going to enjoy it. But if we do it again, it'll be even better with a little more garlic. And that's not an attack. That's just being straight.
No,
it's just being direct.
You are direct. It should be the Adam Carolla Direct Show.
Well, today I got to go back across town. I got to do a hit with Chris Cuomo's show, and then I'm coming back to some jazz thing back here, and then I'm leaving early to go to Portland and Reno, and then Portland. I got stuff. Like the next 48 hours of stuff. So
that money that you make.
I was moving you along because of my stuffed schedule.
Yeah, that's what you know. I understand, but you're direct, and your girlfriend, you should ask your girlfriend, am I direct? You should say, is that a direct thing, or is it, you have to communicate.
I think you have to go, first off, I want people to tell me it'd be better with a little more garlic. I don't want them to yell it at me. I want them to say, thank you, and I appreciate it.
And I'm your girlfriend, I don't know how you, because it's a backhand compliment.
Well, you know what it is? She'll eat it and go, yeah, probably next time, a little more garlic.
Okay, then that's fair.
Which is all we're trying to do is get a better dish going.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't, and by the way, so I grew up playing sports and getting yelled at by guys that I was doing stuff wrong, and I took that as a loving gesture. Like, that's someone who cares about you. They're trying to help you.
Yeah, where did you grow up?
Here.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And the coaches would yell at you.
They would yell at you.
And that was a loving
They didn't look at it as a loving gesture. What it was is these guys are volunteering and they're taking time out to work with you on their weekend.
Exactly.
And when he's telling you stuff because he wants you to get better.
Absolutely.
And I think as a comic, people sometimes, you'll walk off stage and people will go, I got a little punch up. I got a little try this instead of that.
Stop. Is it regular people or is it a comic?
No, it's got to be a comic.
It's got to be a comic. Is it a comic that just started or is it a comic that's been in the game for 10 years?
It can't be an open mic comic.
No, cannot be an open mic. 10 years, I'm going to take the punch up. And I might use it and I might not. Fair.
Yeah. That's my whole thing is, what do you got? And then they tell you and I go, all right. Sometimes
garlic.
stuff I go, that's funny. And then other times, we need another clove in there. I mean, you started with Redd Foxx.
Let's not age me. I didn't start with Redd Foxx.
We didn't start with Redd Foxx. I'm saying
he saw me and thought I was a funny girl. I was not a mentor, but you know how you go on the set and there was a kid and I had to watch him. Mm-hmm. My friend, it was Harlem Nights, the movie, and my friend's son played the little kid, and then so he couldn't go. He sent me. I was cracking jokes, having fun because I didn't know how to act on the set.
Right.
And Redd Foxx said, "Come here." He was like, "You do stand up." And I said, no, I had been writing down a couple of things. And he said, well, get 10 minutes together, 10 minutes, and I'll help you out. Mm-hmm. I didn't do it. because I was afraid of cocaine and the rock and roll and all the stuff my mother had told me that happens in Hollywood.
What city was this in?
Here.
I was in L.A.
Yes, and I had just gotten out here. My mother was like, Redd Foxx? Oh, you're going to be on cocaine and prostitution.
Well, I mean, can't argue with the logic.
I was like, what? So I didn't do it. And he just said, you got something. He said, you're pretty and you're funny. And I'm going to be honest with you. He said, I'm tired of seeing these ugly bitches be funny. That's what Redd Foxx said to me. And he said, be funny, go do stand-up. And that helped me. And you're right. It's hard as a woman when you're pretty good looking. You have to break a lot of women pay tickets to go see comedy. You have to break the thing of them seeing you, oh, she thinks she's cute. There is judgment for women. And so you understand.
Well, I mean, it's more so then, probably. It's probably a little better now.
Yes,
and also, we don't, I mean, think about guys. I mean, look, everyone should just be judged on whether you're funny or not. That's and I think we're about there now. I've always say women, their biggest problem is other women. It's not guys. It's other women. Every female comic I know complains about other women, not really about the guys.
Comics and the women in the audience, because 80% of women buy the tickets for the show.
Oh, yeah? Is that true?
Yeah, because they're bringing their man to the show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they buy the tickets, so you have to break through them and other female comics.
So you didn't do stand-up, even though Redd suggested it back then?
Right, no, I did not. I did it the day he died. It was my first 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like I regret it. So
was that a coincidence, or was it just...
No, I actually said, the man that told you to do stand-up, who said he was going to help you, you did not, act on it. You must go out and do 2 minutes right now. And I found a stage, and I went up, and I just did 2 minutes. And then I started. And then I kind of stopped. David Arnold really got me back on the road. I did the Ha Ha Cafe. Me and Buddy created that whole comedy place. It was a Mexican restaurant. It became a club. And then David Arnold, we went out on the road, and he said, if I use your celebrity to get me in the club, I will help you build your set. Because I used to be an improv comic.
Yeah.
I never built a set. I'd throw jokes away just doing it. He said, you got to have a set. It was very difficult because I just was like, I got to say it again. So therefore, we really went on the road together doing He Said, She Said. And, David Arnold has passed away, but he was a great, very funny comic. And that's how that went.
Were you lean up on the mic or scoot up on the mic
you want
just
me to
a little bit? It's a little better, if you can.
That's the guy in that booth told you that?
Yeah.
He's nice.
I don't want to disappoint Dawson.
Dawson, thanks, guys.
But, so, you come out here from where?
Cleveland, Ohio.
At what age?
I probably came out here when I was, after college, probably 25. I don't remember, but let's say 25.
To act?
Yep.
But not to do stand-up?
No, I didn't.
But to act?
I remember Steve Harvey would go to Hilarities in Cleveland. And I was like, Hilarities? I'm not going down there. And then there was the Improv. But no, I never went in those clubs.
How did the Curb Your Enthusiasm Carpool Lane episode come about?
Auditioned.
Because that's such a classic.
And it was
episode.
a classic. And Larry was very upset I didn't get nominated for an Emmy. We were up against Arrested Development. He was like, I can't believe. He was just so angry. And I'll never forget, because I didn't realize the role was so iconic, because we had so much fun. Larry David is insane. He is exactly who he is, as you know, and I didn't know that. But I'm going to tell you something that might upset a lot of your viewers and listeners. I didn't know who Larry David was. That's how I was like,
I get it.
And Larry was like, what's wrong? I was like, why you keep wearing that Seinfeld jacket? He was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. I said, if it's not on BET, Larry, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
We had so much fun.
He wasn't big at the Apollo. I don't think.
He wasn't big at the Apollo.
I think the Sandman would have come for him pretty fast. Yeah. Well, it's a cultural thing,
It's a cultural thing. We had a good time, and that's what made. But I have to be honest with you, since I did not put him so high on a pedestal, when I went in the room to audition,
you weren't intimidated.
I wasn't intimidated.
But since he doesn't really write the scripts out, how much is there? How many pages do you get, or how do you do the audition if the scene is not scripted?
It was a slip of paper this big.
Just one.
Just one. When you do the audition with just a slip of paper, you're in a prostitute. Larry Davis going to pick you up to put you in the carpool lane. Blah 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 happens. You're going to find the tickets in the little glove compartment, and then you're going to say, "Shut up and drive the effing car." Mm-hmm. That he gives you the beginning, middle, and end. Mm-hmm. And in the audition, we just went for it. And I have my neighbor at that time was Dave Keckner. He had been on the show.
Sure, Keckner.
He told me some things. Cat Williams gave me some prostitute stuff to say. Buddy Lewis. I saw all the comics. I was like, and I remember Dave said, put this stuff, he said, in your quiver. I didn't know what that was. He said, so you can just have a bunch of stuff ready of who the character is.
Keckner.
Yeah.
He is a good dude.
Good dude. I haven't seen him for a while, but I saw his kids grow up. And
Sarge is one of them. That's a great name for a kid.
It's a great name.
Sarge. Sarge is
he
strong.
got a lot of kids.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good dude.
You see him, tell him I said hello.
I will. I'll put that in my quiver. Yeah. Good. I'll have to call back. So you do the audition with Larry?
Yes. Larry, at that time, I guess my career, you get to go straight to producers.
Right.
And Larry's in the room, and Cheryl Hines, a couple other actors, producers, they're all sitting there, and Larry's in a chair. And I walk up to the chair, he's just sitting in the middle of the room, and I do the scene. And it's so funny, because Larry would look at you and say, what did you say? He said, okay. He was like, say that again. So we had fun. And then when they call you on set, it's the same thing, but it's, a larger piece of paper.
Right.
And we all were in one trailer. There's no dressing rooms. Mm-hmm. I called my agents. I was like, oh, they don't have a dressing room for me. They're like, Dave and all the producers, everybody's going to be in this one trailer, which people don't understand is an advantage. You get to sit there and talk to Larry and all the different people. And a Super Dave. We just had a good time. And then we saved a man's life with that show. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Super Dave, I went to his memorial probably not that long after you guys.
Yeah.
Super Dave Osborne, who's Albert Brooks' brother, whose last name is really Einstein. I don't know if you know all this about those guys.
No, I didn't know any of that.
Albert Brooks is named Albert Einstein.
No, I did not know that.
And he has a third brother, and Super Dave is his brother.
Wow. Now, let me tell you about Super Dave. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the first time in my career I was up against a comic, maybe it was one other time, I couldn't hang with. Super Dave was so quick and so funny that I would just bust out laughing in the scene, and I just didn't have any comeback. He was boom, boom, boom. I was like, who is this guy? He was fantastic.
He's got a lot of energy. He was funny. He had a joke chambered, ready to go.
Yes.
Every 10 seconds, a new one coming down.
That.
Yeah, he was a talker and funny, and we were friends with him as well. Morgan and Morgan. All right, let's get real for a minute. Everyone talks about summer being sunshine and backyard barbecues, but you know as well as I do, summer is prime time for accidents. Everybody slipping by the pool. Maybe they got rear-ended on their way to the beach. That's why you need to know about Morgan and Morgan. These guys, well, there's a reason why you see their ads everywhere. You see the billboards everywhere. They're big. They get results, and they have happy clients, and you could be one of them. They brought more than $25 billion. That's right. They brought in more than $25 billion with a B for clients like you. I'm talking real stories. One guy got offered $500,000 for his injury, ended up with $29 million thanks to Morgan and Morgan. That's why they're America's largest injury law firm. Right, Dawson?
Hiring the wrong firm could be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law #529. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law #529. This is a paid advertisement.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Went to O'Reilly Auto Parts today to get something called water wetter. What's water wetter? Well, I got a race coming up, so I've been prepping the car, and that's why I've been going to O'Reilly. Water wetter is antifreeze that's for the track, because you can't spill antifreeze on the track. It's too slippery, but you can do water wetter. Anyway, I don't want to get you mired in the details here, but O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and the parts and knowledge you need to maintain and repair your automobile. So whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, they are friendly. And they know their business. That's why I go there. It's not like you get lost in some endless big barn place. They got guys behind the counter and gals behind the counter who know their business. So stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That story where you ended up at Dodger Stadium, and let me see how much I get this right. There was somebody who was actually filmed at Dodger Stadium, not as part of Kirby. Was he just in Dodger Stadium when you're filming at Dodger Stadium, or was he background?
So no. So we had 400 extras.
400
That's
extras.
what Larry told me. So that was on one section.
Right.
And around where we're filming. And then the rest is a real game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
real game, right?
So the guy is a real patron.
He's just going to a Dodger game.
With his daughter.
And he was accused of murder?
His girlfriend.
And they said, you murdered your girlfriend, and he said, I was at Dodger Stadium, and that's how he proved it?
No, he actually went to jail. He was in, I don't know, holding or prison. So he was gone. The daughter said, I was there. They showed the tickets. But what I just learned recently is that he paid cash for a lot of things, so he had no receipts and no record. And just because the cell phone pinged, there was a ping at a cell phone tower that said he called right before he went, and then witnesses were like, yeah, he killed her. Just so happens that Curb Your Enthusiasm comes on. And I don't know if the attorney said something, because I remember Larry was like, we got to send all this footage. Something happened. And I guess you can see it. And you see the guy walking down the steps to go to his seat. Mm-hmm. And if you watch that documentary about it called The Longest Yard, the PA stopped him. And he said, I got to get down there. My daughter's young. She's down there by himself. And he said, okay, go ahead. Had that PA not let him go at that time, they'd have never caught him on film. And that's how he got released. And he won $1 million and blah, blah, blah.
It's called The Longest Yard?
The Longest Yard. It was on Netflix.
Adam Sandler remade that movie.
And he remade a movie out of two different things, though.
Wow. Yeah, it's a crazy story.
Crazy.
There he is.
Oh, wow.
He's wearing a Dodger hat,
Look
a
at
Dodger
that.
jersey. And his girlfriend was killed right in that time.
During that time.
It's kind of weird that you can be in Dodger Stadium with 40,000 other people in modern times and there's no footage of you walking to the hot dog stand or something.
This might have been, before the big camera situation. Dodger, maybe they didn't have it.
2003.
That is, 6 months in jail. He was in jail. It was horrible.
Jesus Christ.
But I met him. And
you did?
Yeah, I met him at a Will Smith party for his son at a bowling alley, and he was there.
Why was he there?
I think one of his friends invited him because it was for the kid. And he told me, his name and, that show, thank you, it saved my life. And I won $1 million. And he didn't give me any of it.
You know Will Smith?
I do know Will.
I have no read on Will Smith. I have no idea who he is.
I'm going to tell you. You ready?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I like about him.
Third nicest person. Guarantee. I'm telling you.
All right.
Will Smith is hands down. You talk about Henry Winkler Adam Sandler.
All right.
Will Smith.
He's
I
not
have
just a
known
DEI
him.
hire on this list. We're not just trying to round it out a little bit.
Since he was a rapper, I have known him.
Okay. Now, the thing about Will Smith is I can't figure out. He seems nice, and he seems like a lot of good stuff, but he seems sort of troubled or something, or conflicted, or something, some inner turmoil or something. Am I right? I've never met him.
I don't think that's what it is. I think the inner whatever happened during the Oscars and whatever, that whole thing, because people have beef and whatever was going on between them, I think that's where his inner turmoil. I don't think he had turmoil before that, except, you got a girlfriend. You know how strong women are. And we got to think about it. Money is money, right? But personal life, I don't care how much money I have. If I have a love of my life and my children and something is affecting me there personally, you don't think about the money. You don't think who you are.
Yeah, I get it. By the way, the documentary is called Long Shot.
Wow.
Because The Longest Yard, I knew Longest Yard had to be,
Adam.
that's a weird name for a doc.
You know what? I think I said it in another podcast. The longest, yard?
The Long Shot.
The Long Shot. Okay.
Right.
Goodness, you come on Adam's show, boy, he will correct you.
Well, it
with
didn't
a little extra
sound
garlic.
right to me. I guess it's a weird name for a doc since there's 2 movies called The Longest Yard.
When is your birthday? What sign are you?
I'm a Gemini.
Of course you are. Yes. Okay.
Listen, I just tell people that doesn't sound right to me. Like, I was driving here today. I was with my girlfriend, and I said, how long before we get to the studio? And she said, 40 minutes. And I said, that doesn't sound right to me. She was looking at her phone. I wasn't. And then she went, says 40 minutes. And I said, that doesn't sound right. And then she said, oh, I put in the wrong address. 20 minutes. And I said, that sounds right to me. Now, I don't yell at people they're wrong. I just say that doesn't sound right.
I like the way you do that, though.
Well, I don't know for certain. There could be a third movie called The Longest Yard that's a documentary about a Dodger fan who didn't kill his girlfriend, but it seemed like a strange title to give to a doc.
You were good.
So I just said that sounds weird.
But why is it even called The Longest Shot? Because it's a long shot for him to get released, maybe?
I think it's called The Long Shot, but I'm not.
Still strange.
Yeah, Long Shot. It's just called Long Shot, period, not even the.
And I'm in it. Larry's in it. We all got
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I like your Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. I played it last January, February. I had a little residency, and I'm going back this year.
Oh, I'm wearing the hat right now. Aren't
Jimmy
I?
Kimmel.
Yeah, Jimmy's a good guy. Yeah. Did you were there? You're going back.
I went. Yeah, I was there January to February, and then I'm going back this year.
What's a residency mean over there? I mean, I'd come in and play a couple of shows and weekend, and then I'd leave. But you hang out a little bit?
Oh, you're there. For my residency runs Monday, Tuesday, and it'll go like January 5th to end of February. So you come back every Monday. I'm Sunday, Monday.
Are you staying in town? Or
No.
you come back to L.A.?
I come back to L.A., and then I leave on Sunday morning, fly, or I drive up. And it was great because what I loved about Jimmy Kimmel's Club is that it's tourists. It's constantly people from everywhere.
Yes.
All over the world, and I've never experienced that, so that was fun.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what you think, but there are shows where it is your crowd, and when it's your crowd, it's a lot easier. And then there's shows where there's just a crowd. And a crowd is not your crowd. That's just a crowd.
I love that you said that, a crowd.
And you better be able to make a crowd laugh because your crowd, that's pretty easy.
Well, that's what I was worried because I thought my crowd would be a bunch of black people. I walked in, it was Asian people, white people, and you're like, this is not my crowd. But what I realized is funny is funny. I do crowd work. I don't know about you. Do you do crowd work? Or you straight?
Well, see, much like your mentor before he passed, I was with you. Everything was improv. Didn't want to tell the same joke twice. Felt weird about saying the same joke twice. Never liked it. Never wanted to do it. Did tons of crowd work. Well, hold on.
Oh.
That doesn't have a happy ending. But it may be a helpful ending.
Okay.
I just said to myself, look, I can do the improv stand on my head. and it's not really much of a challenge, and it's kind of easy for me. But what is not easy is putting together an hour and 10 minutes of memorized jokes, writing jokes, crafting jokes, and massaging jokes to make them better. And I thought, yes, that's what you should be doing. And then I thought, no, you don't really want to do that because it's harder for you. But you shouldn't be going up there just doing what comes easy. You should go up there and challenge yourself a little bit. And at some point, I said, I'm writing jokes, and I'm doing an act, and I'm fixing jokes, and I'm repeating jokes, and I'm not doing crowd work. And I do zero crowd work because I committed to writing and crafting stand-up. Crowd work I can do in my sleep, and I realized I wasn't getting anything out of it. And I want to put together an act, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I did it. I just went, you're good at, it's like Michael, it was like Michael Jordan dropping out of basketball so he could play baseball. I was like, all right, you can do this sport. It comes easily to you. Right. Now stop and go do something that doesn't come so easily that you have to kind of work on and that you could improve on.
And that's what I did. From you.
That could be something.
No, that was a good lesson. You have no idea. You're absolutely right. I'm going to take your advice because you're right. Crowd work is easy for me.
If you can do it, and not everyone can, but if you can, it'll come pretty easily.
Yes.
But there's not a lot of growth in it. There's just a lot of comes easily.
Are you sure it's not a lot of growth?
Once you do 150 shows, it's kind of like you're just doing crowd work. I mean, I look, it's really impressive to people who can't do it, but if you can do it, you can do it.
But you're absolutely right. To structure, to memorize, and to do those jokes. Do you have a opening bit that you do all the time? Like just something I gotta say something to get the crowd. That's why I do the crowd work, because I need something to pop, and get the crowd's attention.
Yeah, I'd say start working on a thing that's short and sweet and kind of grabs them, and you'll just repeat it, and it's a good opening out of the gate bit,
And then I don't have to rely on the crowd work.
Yeah, you just get a little, thing at the beginning, short, but solid, easy, universal. Doesn't matter who's in the crowd.
Like my Spanx are twisted.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Just something that's universal.
Yes.
My wig is...
Yeah, well, I do the Spanx and the wig joke. But if you want to do that, you got to do something else.
You got to do something else.
I do the Spanx. And ask any comedian. Ask anyone who does the Spanx bit, they'll go Adam Carolla the Spanx bit. Who does the wig bit? Adam Carolla this way. Who does the hair extensions bit? Adam Carolla.
You got to leave something now. Come on.
No, I've taken it all.
Oh my goodness.
I do the Will Smith's my best friend bit.
Smith, and you do that one?
I do that. I've never met him, but yeah, I do that. I do that one. I go, first time I met him, I got my Spanx in a bunch because it was Will Smith. Almost blew my wig off.
I got to come see you. Will you give me a ticket? Do I have to buy a ticket?
That was pretty much the whole act. I just did it for you.
Damn.
It was all pretty much Will Smith Spanx. Wig, like some extension stuff. Like I said, it's not all wig stuff.
Wait, how long you been with your girlfriend? This is just interesting to me because she loves you or something because you're interesting. You're a different kind of...
Yeah, I'm fascinated. This needs more garlic, bitch. Yeah, scintillating. Because she loves it.
Oh my God. Because I don't know you well, but I want to know you.
Remember how you barely even knew who Larry David was, and then later on you became in awe of him?
Yes, that's true.
I think our relationship's going to follow the same trajectory.
Oh, it's already there.
I walked in there, I didn't even know who Adam Carolla was when I left.
When I left, I was in love with him.
Let me tell you what I got. I got Henry Winkler up here.
Come on.
I got Adam Sandler.
Uh-huh.
Then I bumped Will Smith down to fourth place.
I did.
And I put in Adam Carolla.
Boom.
Boom.
He's
Top
nice.
three.
I'm going to say he's
Rushmore.
nice. He's direct, but he's nice.
No, okay, let's talk about this. I never consider myself a nice person, but I think you can do better than nice. You can be consistent.
Ooh.
And you can be accurate, and you can be truthful. And I know too many people that are using nice like some sort of spackle that's covering up a lot of other stuff.
A spackle?
And it's stuff that's not good.
Consistent. But I don't know about this. I like as in somebody I would date. I like a nice man, consistent.
Yeah, but let me say this about nice.
Okay.
If you are consistent and you're thoughtful, you think about other people,
Yes.
like you're the kind of person, you take your dog for a walk, it takes poop, you clean it up. You don't
Yes.
care if someone's watching or not. That's what you
Absolutely.
do. If I say we're going to meet at the restaurant at 8 p.m., I'm there at 7:59. I'm not there
I
at
know
8.
you
I'm not
are.
there at 8:25. You know what I mean? Okay. If you do all the things in life that are consistent, that are practical, that are thoughtful, you will de facto be nice. You'll be nice by process of elimination. You don't need did you get your hair done? Oh, your hair. That's just bullshit. They don't even mean that.
I need your girlfriend's phone number. I gotta talk to her.
They don't need all that.
We need it.
You know. By the way, I've
we don't
been
need
in
it,
the
we
car.
want
The
it.
second they hang up, they start talking shit.
Yes.
Okay, well,
But
that's what they're doing.
We want it, though. Every now and then, you need to surprise her to take off her rocker. It's like, you look really nice in that dress. Do you ever say that?
Oh, yeah, but
I'm going to rip it off of you. Do you? I
That's
can't
not,
see you being that
I
guy.
just say pull it up. But yeah, I don't. No, listen, you say nice things. You're just not false nice.
Okay, that's
you
fair.
You say you look nice in that dress because she spent a long time getting into that dress. And because it looks nice.
You can't say you took a long time
No,
getting
you
in
don't
that dress.
say that.
Oh, that was almost like the garlic line.
Oh, no.
Good.
Nice.
Every
Consistent.
time I eat garlic, I'm going to think about you. This is crazy. Okay. I know you have 700 things to do because you're so busy.
No, I know. You're the one who has to hard
I want
out,
you to
my
know.
dear.
And listen to me. I do have something. I'm taking the cup
Take the cup and the
and
coaster.
I'm taking the coaster. Do you
All right.
understand? I'm walking out with it.
All right. I'm taking the wig and the hoop earrings. How about that?
Oh, God, I unplugged myself. You
Unplug
made me
yourself.
laugh. I lost the thing.
I'm taking the bra, too.
Oh, shit.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, my God, I love him. I unplugged my thing. Wait.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We're wrapping up.
Okay, wrap
Kim,
it up.
where else other than Happy Gilmore 2 can we find you? Can we go to a website or dates, find live dates, that
Okay.
kind of stuff?
All right. So you can go to all social media across the board is KYM, Kym Whitley, WHITLEY. And I usually post on my shows. Please go see that. I got, of course, Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix. And I have another crazy movie. It's called Killing Mary Sue on Prime, which is very funny, dark comedy. Me and Sherry Shepherd have a podcast called Two Funny Mamas. And I have another movie that I'm trying to get to the Oscars, walkinthelightmovie.com.
So all that, and we can all find it at your website. All right, come
I gotta
come
get a
back.
website.
You got,
I gotta come back.
more time?
I'm going to need more time because you're too busy. Call me. Can you just invite me when you ain't doing shit?
Well, you're the one with the hard out. I just got a message from your rep that you got to go somewhere.
Oh, I'm embarrassed now. The fact it's going to take me 10 minutes to take my bra off and sign it and leave it for you.
I can get off in 10 seconds.
You hear this?
One hand.
Look, sure you can. You'll be like, oh, wait, the metal's bent. Wait, I don't like that color. You are so anal.
All right.
Mr. Direct.
All right. I'll be in Portland
Nice.
on Thursday at Healing. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Dusty Slade's got a very funny stand-up Wet Heat on Netflix. Until next time, it's time for Dusty and Kim and Mayhem. Say it.
I want to say this. I want to take a picture of you.
Sure.
I want to see where you are. I'm showing up.
Mahala.